Alright guys, this is a demonstration of the PiControl web app. I do want to point out that the hardware is completely standalone. There is no need to use the web app if you don't want to. It does add some additional functionality with fan settings and NFC troubleshooting, writing, reading, stuff like that, but you can do pretty much everything from the hardware itself without ever touching the web app if that's not your thing. So anyways, we just booted up the Pi, and I'm going to let Jared take over to tell you about the web app and the button functionality.
Okay, starting with the web app, we got our dashboard, gives us our CPU information, gives us our temperature, Fahrenheit and Celsius, tells us if our fan is running or not. We have the games list, allows us to choose which system we want to look at, which games we have on for those systems, and then we can either start the game on the Pi, we can write the game to the NFC tag, or we can delete the game from our list, and we can even add and upload games that we have on our systems. We have the NFC tab that allows you to read your tags and write your tags just for verification, but you can also write them from the game itself.
Let's go ahead and demonstrate that right now. So right now he is going to choose a console, choose a game. This one happens to be Super Mario Bros. 3, and he's going to click the Write Game to Tag button. So it just wrote that information to the tag. Now we can go to NFC and read the tag, and it's going to tell us that the console is NES and the ROM is Super Mario Bros. 3.
And then lastly, our settings has the settings configuration for the fan. You are able to set the threshold for when the fan will come on, when it'll go off, and then how often you want to pull that temperature test. Okay, so let's start up a game on our Pi. And there we go.
So if you remember, we wrote a certain ROM to the tag. And if he was to press a certain button from the front of the Pi, we can start that ROM.
So if we hit the power button and you're in a game, it'll take you back to Emulation Station. When you're in Emulation Station and you hit the power button, it's going to take you to that ROM that's on the NFC chip. If you hit the reset button while you have a chip in, it'll reset that game off the NFC chip. If you don't have a game on there and you hit the reset button, it's going to reset the last game and load it. If you're in a game and you hit the power button again, you'll go back to Emulation Station. And then here we can do another game. Hit the power button. Oh, happens to be the same game. But we can go ahead and change that. So we have one running Mario and the other one we can run Mega Man.
So he just wrote Mega Man to that tag.
So if I hit reset, it's
Reset
going to read
should
from the
start
NFC
that.
chip. And there's Mega Man. If I take it off and hit reset, it's going to run Mega Man. If I were to put in Super Mario and hit reset, it'll run Super Mario.
Now, how about if we put the Mega Man cartridge back on there and we want to write the Super Mario to it with just using the buttons?
Okay. We put our Mega Man chip on there, and just to verify that's what it is, we can come over here and read it. It is Mega Man. Now, we want to write it Super Mario Brothers. If we hold down the reset button until the light blinks, it's now writing Super Mario Brothers to the NSC chip. And we can refresh this to see that change. There you have it. In order to go back to Emulation Station, press the power. And when you are all done and you're done playing, hold down the power for 3 seconds till the light blinks, and it'll power down. Once it's powered down, if you hit the power button again, it'll turn it back on.
So I want to go over this one more time. Let's say you put a blank cartridge in and you want to write a certain game to it, but you don't have the web app. Now, while you're in Emulation Station, you can use your controller to navigate to any game you want. And once you start up that game, from the button on the Pi, you can write that game to that cartridge, correct?
Yes.
So let's show that right now. Let's pick one we haven't done yet. How about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? So we start up the game, and now we want to write that game to the cartridge. So we're going to hold down reset until it blinks, and now we've just written that information to that cartridge tag. And we can see that if we read it from the web app, that information has updated. It now says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Now if I reset, that wrote it.
So he just hit reset. It just restarted the game because the cartridge is still there. Now we put a different cartridge on with a different game, hit reset again, and it starts the last game that we had on that cartridge. Alright guys, that's about it. I will try to answer questions and explain it better through words if needed. Thank you.